So today we're going to continue with exponents, but now this time we're going to continue with negative coefficients. So if you don't remember what the word coefficients is, it's the number in front of the variable. So Javier doesn't know the meaning of negative x. Can you help him? So meaning he doesn't know what coefficient is in front of negative x. Well, there's an invisible 1. So we can expand this as negative 1 times x times, remember, this power of 3 only applies to the x. So this would be expanded as 3 times x times x times x. Okay, so in the first step, what we did was expand. And you probably already know the second step, rearrange. And the last step, multiply. So let's go ahead and rearrange. So numbers in the front, and then our variables. So negative 1 times 3 is negative 3. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 x's, so x to the power of 4. Okay, so go ahead and pause and see if you can do number 4 on your own. Okay, let's go ahead and continue. So we can expand this one in 2 different ways. Let me show you the first way. We could have done negative 1 times 2 times b times negative 1 times b. Or we could have done negative 2 times b times negative 1 times b. Careful that you're not subtracting here. Although it kind of looks like you're subtracting, but remember, when there's parentheses, it means to multiply. So we did our first step of expanding. Now let's go ahead and rearrange. I'm going to rearrange using this second one. So negative 2 times negative 1 times b times b times b. So a negative times a negative is positive. So I'm going to get positive 2 right here. And I have 3 b's. All right, go ahead and pause again and see if you can do number 6 on your own. All right, let's go ahead and continue. So remember, there are 2 different ways of expanding it. I'm just going to show you one. So negative 1 times 2 times a times a times, this one's kind of tricky. Look at this power of 3. What is it attached to? Is it attached to everything in here? No, it's not. Why isn't it? And when would it be? So if this exponent was right here on the outside of the parentheses, then I would have 3 of everything inside. But since it's in the inside, it's only attached to the a. So this is going to be negative 3 times a times a times a. Let's go ahead and rearrange numbers in the front. So negative 1 times 2 times negative 3 times a times a times a times a times a. Okay, so now a negative times a positive. Well, let's go ahead and slow this down. So negative 1 times 2, that's negative 2. If I were to multiply negative 2 and negative 3, that's positive 6. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, so a to the power of 5. Okay, so our big idea for today is that negative x can always be expanded into negative 1 times x.